Oh, it's really cold in the studio today. I have all the layers on. We're entering week 2 of the handwriting stuff, and today I'm going to be plotting out the front of the postcards. I've got a sheet of A1 here because I signed up to the sending out to 16 people layer, and I can get 16 postcards onto here. However, I also signed up to a couple of extra bonus ones, so I need to do a whole second sheet, which means I might have some spares and I might pop those into the shop. Anyway, the first thing I need to do is plot out the cut marks so I can easily cut this down to postcard size. The idea is once I've got one card being set away, I can come back and do the cutting while that's plotting over there, being super efficient. So let's get at least one out. So if you've seen this channel before, you'll know the next step is because we've got these tick marks here, and we don't want to see those, we use the corner cutter to cut the corners off, which people think is done to make the postcard look great, which it does. It has this really nice look to it, but it's also so we can get rid of these registration print marks here. So let me go through these. There we go. So now we've got a few to get us started. We can take these over to Kitty, and I can slide one in, and we'll get the first one set away. Just finished plotting that one. Let's go over here. Then we just slide another card in. These are really great for holding paper down, and then we'll just tell Kitty to start on the next one. And off we go. So we got this lot here so far. Countryside, some standing stones, more standing stones, and then the sea with some cliffs. My hand is really inky from cleaning these pens over here. So while the postcards have been plotting, I've been cleaning up all the TWSBI pens here. It's Tuesday, which as we all know means is the first shipping day of the week. The other one is on Thursday. So if you order things on Friday, you have to wait all the way until Tuesday for me to ship them. And then they go out either Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. So I've got all my stuff here. Let me show you. So this is the first order here, which is an early prototype of what was going to be a project and then became 81, 82, 83, 84. And this is a pen plot done with 4 or 5 different pens. I haven't got very many of these, so these are awesome. And then the other one is, let me see if I can find it. This tiny pop here. I can get rid of that reflection, which is a mistake in scale. I meant to plot this really big and I got the measurements wrong, so it's ended up as this tiny thing in the middle here, which I think is lovely, and it also gives great ability for framing it however you want. Anyway, so if you haven't seen one of my shipping videos before, this is what I do. I'll put you back on there so you can see. We've got backing board, Rizzo print. We're now on to a slight case of overbombing. Postcards, and the first couple of tests of the Kitty postcards. So I've got Kitty to write on the back of these, but I can't show you that obviously. Corner protectors, then pen and tape, which I'll need in a moment. So let's get these all packaged up. There we go, that's 2 of these packaged, which is great. So that's Tuesday done. I just need to print out the shipping labels, and then DHL will pick that up tomorrow morning now, I think. It's really cold in the studio. You can see how red my nose is. Anyway, I'm really excited today because this is day 10, getting the handwriting stuff done, and I'll show you this over here. If I type PTPX, which is going to kick off, I'm using fake name and address.
Hey Dan, is this postcard okay?
So Kitty is making up these postcards for me. It's got a prompt there, and I can just say, yes, I'm happy with that postcard. And then it'll generate the handwriting and send it over to the plotter here, where I've got a postcard ready. And now that Kitty's very nearly finished this, we'll come back over here, and then in a moment it'll let us know that the postcard's finished and we need to get the envelope ready.
Hey Dan, is the envelope in place?
So asking me if the envelope's in place, because that's a good idea. So let's take that postcard out, grab an envelope. Nice and easy. And then I say, yes, the envelope is ready. We go back over here and do what you'd expect it to do, which is writing the address. And again, what happens is this will finish and this postcard here will finish, and we'll get prompted over here for, well, it will move on to the next postcard, and that will keep going through them all until it's done them. So next fake address.
Is this postcard okay?
And then we can say, actually, no, I don't like that one. Try a different one instead, because it's not completely automatically doing it.
Hey Dan, is this postcard okay?
And then we can go, yeah, and it's asking me if it's ready. So I come back over here, take this out, grab one of these postcards, put it in. Well, I've got 2 in there, but you get the idea. And then it just cycles around, which means, it's quite bright, that I can be doing other stuff in the studio, focusing on work, things like that, and then Kitty will prompt me to put a postcard in and an envelope in, and that'll just keep happening off to one side. Obviously, it's got 16 postcards to do for the penplotter exchange. What I'd really like at some point is for it just to, for me to be able to prompt Kitty to write a letter or a postcard where I write it or assisted writing it, and then it just generates it and things like that. I haven't pitched that in a very good way, but I do like the idea of Kitty sending out postcards, because I've got a whole bunch cut up with art on, and I think it's just kind of nice to now and again, semi-randomly, for Kitty to draw a postcard, flip it over, write a message on it, write the envelope, or write the address on the postcard and then send it off. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we've got over the handwriting 2 weeks. I haven't done a couple of things, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. In the meantime, I've got 16 plus postcards to get done and sent off, so I'm going to do that now. It's Thursday morning, finally getting around to taking this old stack of envelopes to the post office. I've got to buy a whole bunch of stamps, and then pretty much, what else to do? That's it, do some joint up handwriting, reply to a couple of emails. A fairly simple day today. Oh, gotta write the newsletter, so let me go get these done. Well, this is a problem, because it's 9:10 now, so... Right, it's Friday, that's it. It's the end of handwriting week 2, and that's both the handwriting weeks I'm going to do. So I didn't get everything I wanted to get done. I didn't get my own handwriting coded, and the other thing I didn't get done is I got my writing paper here. So everything so far, you type messages, addresses, things like that, it tries to shrink it down to fit on a single piece of paper. And the other thing that I wanted it to do was I can specify, oh, my writing's this high, do a whole bunch of text, and it'll go, I fill this page, and then it'll ask you, oh, can you stick page 2 in now, page 3, page 4, until you've written like the whole thing. So writing letters, that makes that a lot easier. What I did get done is I got it working as a backend server, so I can have my web front end that calls the backend, but then also Kitty or anything else can call the API with a post or a get, so it can post text to it and different things like justification left, right, and then it will return you the SVG. So that all works. So maybe at some point I'll spin up an actual public web server that allows you to do little postcard size things. Anything more than that is like a special service. I don't know. But those type of things I think I can fit into just like little bits of time here or there. I'll go back to tinkering with that. I've got one more thing to do today, which is I want to do a time lapse of one of the postcards. In fact, all 4 of the postcards, so I can post them onto social media, Instagram, things like that. So I'm going to clear this table here, get rid of the keyboard and the iMac here, move the plotter from over there to over here so I can put the camera over the top. I'll drop in the time lapse here, and then after that I'm going to talk about how the weight loss and sugar's going. So if that's not your thing, I'll say goodbye to you now. Have a wonderful weekend. Otherwise, here's the time lapse and how well I did in 1 week at no sugar.
All that you've seen, all the colors, summer love.
Well, that was kind of good. I think I'll drop another one at the end. So, weight loss support, and I'll be really glad when I'm not wearing all these things all the time, but I need to keep warm. So, here's the weight. I think I lost 1 kilogram this week, which is good. That's about £2 in old money, and that's from just not having sugar or caffeine. And all the sugar and caffeine cravings have gone, so it's like 18 days or something like that of not having those. And I've just been eating normally and not snacking, and I think that's made all the difference. So the target weight is to lose 10 kilograms, and that gets me to where I was feeling comfortable, but still, according to BMI, overweight. After that, there's like another 7 kilograms to go, but we'll cross that bridge when I get there, just aiming. So 10% of the way there. That's it. Just thought I'd tag that onto the end, and we'll keep track of that. You have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week.
Could use some too.